welcome back to my podcast. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more podcasts like this. And in today's video, I'm going to be ranking all of the recent, not so recent K-dramas that I've watched so far and that I want to really just talk about. And I'm going to be going from least favorite to favorite, so that kind of order. But before I get started, I want to mention that I usually watch K-dramas either on Netflix. I just have a subscription with my family, and I also watch it on dramacool.so. It's like this website, a little bit sketchy, but if it's not on Netflix, I usually resort to that. So that's where I watch my K-dramas. But before I Irene, you have to restart the entire thing. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I don't care. Today, I'm just so done because I know you guys don't care, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. So I had this math test, and let me just say, oh my god, I hope she's not watching. Why would she be watching this? But our math teacher is terrible. Like, she's not very nice. She doesn't teach well. She doesn't answer questions very well. She gets mad at students for no reason. She hasn't gotten mad at me, which is great. I don't know why she would be, but yeah. So that's kind of the case. And today we had our first quiz, and it went pretty terrible, I think. I don't know what I got, but I know I did not get over 90. I mean, 90, that's a joke. I definitely did not even, like, pass. No, I'm just kidding. We'll see. I'll keep you guys up. Actually, I don't want to share what I got on the internet. Anyways, that is my little life update, but everything else is going pretty well. I don't have any homework today, which is amazing. My presentation yesterday for ELA went pretty well. Business class is going well. PE, oh my god, yesterday we worked out, right? We went to the fitness center, which I should have probably vlogged, but I felt just awkward just pulling out my camera and vlogging during class. I could have if I really wanted to risk it, but I didn't. And I did this thing where it's like an ab workout, like not abs, but like core workout, and then you have to go like that, and then you kind of move your legs up and down, and it's like harder than you think it is. And now whenever I go like that, it hurts right here during the shoulder kind of back area, and like here, and it also hurts my core too. So I'm in physical and mental pain. But other than that, everything's going well. I should really get started with this now. 2 minutes of an intro. Wow, 3 minutes almost. So the first one we're going to talk about, the first K-drama that I have, is Liar and His Lover. That one is the one that Joy is in. It's on Netflix. And I give this K-drama an overall 4.5 out of 10. And considering that's the lowest one, it isn't that bad. And I'm not saying the show itself is... I mean, there's a reason why I ranked it so low. I don't have much to say about it, but it's just the definition of cringe. It's just this high school romance drama where everything goes perfectly and everyone's happy, and it's just really cringy. The characters, they don't have any establishment. They aren't interesting at all. I feel like none of the characters really are. And I don't know, the scriptwriter was just, maybe he just wanted everything to be happy, but it didn't go very well. And I don't even ship any of the ships in the drama just because it's so cringe. And I actually don't think I finished the show, but I was definitely like halfway through there. I watched a lot of episodes, but it was just not for me. I usually watch K-dramas with my sister, like, yeah, but it's just so cringy and I hate it. And they made Joy's character, which is the main character, they made her so dumb and so clueless, so just like typical dumb, clueless kind of girl. And if you like bump into her, she'll like trip and fall. And then there's that dramatic moment where the male lead catches a female. I don't know, something like that. So I would give it a 4.5 out of 10. Sorry, I literally was at school the entire day, and it was not a great day. So that's why I'm struggling here to talk. The next one is, oh god, I'm going to get hate for this, but it's still pretty good. I haven't watched too many K-dramas where it's overall bad. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you guys want me to review any other K-dramas, I could make a part 2 of this video. Comment it down below, like any K-dramas, preferably on Netflix, that you want me to comment about that wasn't in this video, and I will try and watch it. But the thing is, I've got so many things to watch. Like, I've got a whole list full of things to watch, so we'll see. I haven't watched any of the ones in the list yet. but I am planning on doing that. So, second least favorite, not really least favorite, like, I'll explain it later, so don't attack me before you hear the explanation. So it is Startup on Netflix. Yes, the show where Suchi's in, and then the hot guy, and yeah. So I would give that a 6 out of 10. The first episode was so strong. I loved the first episode. I was like, people were saying that it was a really good drama, and I was like, okay, I should try it. And I did try it on Netflix. And I was like, oh, this is really good. I should continue watching. And then halfway through, I gave up because it was just getting so repetitive. But anyhow, in the first episode, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but there's this scene where, not one scene, but there's multiple scenes with the dad in it of Suji, and the character of Suji, of course. And his acting is so good. He was also in It's Okay Not to Be Okay, and I really couldn't notice his quality of acting in that show, but in Startup, you could really sense it. He's actually really good at acting, and you could really sense the emotion, and it's just so good. I cried so much when the plot twist, I guess, kind of happened, and I was low-key confused too. I had to Google what was happening. I was like, wait, did that really happen? And I had to Google it. Yes, it did happen. And yeah, that's that. I think that was like the highlight of episode 1 and what made me want to continue, because there are those shows where it makes you cry, but it's like a good feeling, right? It's like, oh my god, I'm being so emotionally shaken, it feels good. Does that make sense? Like sometimes crying feels good. Anyway, the next one is, oh yeah, and in the first few episodes when they go into the flashback, the guy, it was so rude to the grandma, to the, he's just a really like overall selfish person, but he does change, so character development, I guess. And yeah, but I mean, it makes sense because he grew up without parents, so I guess we can give him some credit. And Red Velvet's OST, it just made the entire drama even better. And I actually didn't, this is like really sad as a Rebel Love, but I didn't listen to Future that closely. When it first came out, I don't know why, but I didn't listen to it. I don't know. I didn't. And when it came out, when Wendy's voice first came out, I was like, hold up, that's Wendy's voice. And then Seolgi's voice came out. Because I feel like Seolgi's voice is a little bit more unique and distinguishable. So I was like, wait, that is Red Velvet. And I was like, oh, this is what Future is. Oh, it's a good song. Yeah, so that was that. It did make the drama better, in my opinion. It was, yeah, it was really good, though. But later on, in the next few episodes, all they talk about is business, and it's really boring, it gets really repetitive, and that's coming from someone who actually likes business. So if you are not into that kind of stuff, I only recommend watching the first few episodes and then not really going into it. But I've seen a lot of people that enjoy the show, so maybe there's something worth it. But for me, it wasn't exactly that great, just because it was a little boring near the end. Maybe the scriptwriter was like, okay, I'm gonna spill everything in the first few episodes so that it really hooks people, and then kind of drift off, which isn't a great idea, but I guess the first episode was good, and it's still worth watching. And it's very predictable is what I want to say. Like, you know what'll happen next, except for the first few episodes, as I keep saying. So I just could not finish it. The next one is Hi Bye Mama. Actually, I like this, so I don't know why I ranked it so low. It's been a while since I've edited this, because I wrote this a while ago when I was really into It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Foreshadowing into what my favorite K-drama will be. But Hi Bye Mama is on Netflix. It's actually a pretty good show, and I don't know why. I would probably rank it higher, but it is a 7 out of 10. But now that I think about it, I would probably rate it a 7.5 out of 10. So let's just go with that, 7.5 out of 10. So what do I want to say? Right. It's a very family-friendly show. So that's really great if you are a more younger audience and you want something that you can watch with your family. I personally watched it with my entire family, like with my mom, dad, and sister. So yeah. And it's a pretty sad drama overall, like K-drama overall. So if you like that kind of stuff, I would definitely go for it. And it just has really emotional, but not so emotional. There's some scenes where it's like pretty funny too. Actually, I don't remember that much, just because it's been a while since I've watched it. When I first did, what am I saying? I first watched it when it first came out. So yeah. My favorite scene though is when the bully moms are getting beat. Is that even legal? To go to a public space while kids are watching and just beat the bully moms? No matter how bad they are, violence is never the answer. And later on they just got their messy hair because they just had a fight. And they're just going to a restaurant just so casually. That kind of shocked me. And yeah, okay. Yeah. At first, I didn't like the new mom that the child had, but you kind of grow to her because she seems like really cold, very like introverted, and later on you'll kind of feel bad for her. Yeah, but I would really recommend this. It's actually a heartwarming story, you could say. I don't want to spoil it too much, which is why I'm not really talking too much about it. That and I don't remember, but yeah. Oh yeah, and then the mainly, I forgot what her name was, but like the actress Taehi, right? And yeah, the main lead's friend, she's so nice. The one who has the surchip, like the where they sell alcohol. What is that called? What bar? Bar, yes, a bar. Multilingual things. Just be like, the next one I'm going to get a lot of hate for is True Beauty. I would rank it a 7 or a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe 7, but just because I like Hi Bye Mama better. The only reason why is because it's cringy. And I don't like cringy things, as you can tell. Like, who likes cringy? Do you like cringy things? I feel like sometimes the cringe is okay if the characters are really rich, developed, and things like that. But I don't know. For True Beauty, fans were like, oh my god, the character development, but I don't sense it at all. I watched all episodes till the end, and I never really got that sense of character development, I guess. So maybe Sojun, maybe you could argue that, but I don't know. I don't know about that. And of course I have to mention which team I'm on. I'm on Team Suho. But before you attack me, Team Sojun fans, I want to say that I don't really ship them too much, but you know who I ship? Oh my god. Wait, why can't I remember their names? Oh no, this is bad. Oh, well, jamon, grapefruit and strawberry. I ship them so much. Oh my god, I don't want to spoil it, but the teacher and the sister, oh, they're OTP. Who cares about Sohora and Seojun? It's them. It's the sister and the teacher. God, that's what made me continue watching this thing. As I said, I don't like cringy things. I don't continue watching it if it's so cringy like that. But their ship is so strong. I love them so much. They're so funny, and even though sometimes they are a little cringy, it's like a funny cringy way that makes you feel entertained. While compared to the rest of the show, it's like, why did she do that? Why did she fall for the 10,000th time? Oh yeah, and while I'm on the topic, why can't she properly walk? Like, during the first few episodes, Im Ju-kyung just cannot walk. She has to fall or trip. Do you see my hair agreeing with me? Yeah, she just cannot walk. And anyways, I really like Kang Soo-jin in the first few episodes just because she was so girl crush. She was really like out there to protect her friends until, of course, we all know what happened. That made me hate her so much. And I think everyone can agree with me that she was really a strong character overall, and then she turned into that. Oh my god. Like, is Suho that worth it? To like lose all your friends over? I don't know. Yeah. And also, I wanted to add that they made Im Ju-kyung look so dumb and so cringy and like so clueless. Kind of similar to Liar and His Lover now that I think about it, except True Beauty is more popular. But yeah, they made her look so dumb, and oh yeah. The way they added, like, what is it, freckles, and then the thick eyebrows, like, and the glasses, that doesn't look ugly. That just looks like you put something on that isn't yours. Anyways, oh yeah, and the bullies of Im Ju-kyung, they're just so, how are they not caught yet for bullying people like that? If you're being bullied, tell someone. Like, it's not, like, not, like, seriously, like, tell someone. Okay, next. Wait, is that, I have, like, little, like, bullet points written down here just so I know what to talk about, and essentially, half of it is the sister and the teacher literally carry the show. yeah, I only watched it for them, honestly. I was gonna give up until, oh my god, I just love the sister too. She's just so, I just love her. She's like so girl crush. So yeah, apparently in the webtoon she wasn't there a lot, or like the couple wasn't there a lot. But apparently the webtoon is a lot less cringy and more high quality compared to the web drama, is what I've heard, but I don't know, maybe you could have different opinions. The next one, oh my god, I'm gonna get so much hate for this. Why did I decide to make this video and rank these shows so low? Anyhow, I ranked this show 8.5 out of 10, so it's not that bad actually. 85%, yeah, not bad. And it is Hotel de Luna. We've all watched it before, and if you haven't, I think you should. Yeah, it's definitely worth your time. And I remember back when this first came out, I was in Korea, so I never missed a live show until two times actually. Once because I had to go to a Red Velvet concert, and sorry, but Red Velvet over K-dramas any day, especially if it's Red Velvet live concert, and I had to go to that, so I couldn't miss, or I missed that one episode. And then the second time, I had to go to my grandparents' house, and yeah, so that's why the two episodes that I missed live. But other than that, I watched every single episode live, and because of that, I don't remember too much because it has been a while since I watched it. Maybe I'll watch it again. My sister's watching it again. And I cried so hard when, remember like the flashbacks of when I use like younger, and then there are these two guys, right? And then one of them dies. Oh, that hurt so much. I cried so much. Me and my sister were bawling our eyes out, and it was so sad. He got hanged. Oh, I just spoiled it, but that was so sad. Oh, I don't even wanna. Like, we have to admit the other guy was a little bit more hot, but the guy who died, oh, he was hot too. He was cute. Anyway, Yeonu, that's his name. Yeah, Yeonu. And I was really sad. Oh, I was really happy when it was announced that Red Velvet would do an OST for Hotel de Luna. I was like, wow, my two favorite things colliding. You know, like, you know that feeling, right? When your two favorite things collide together, like your two worlds collide together. Anyway, that isn't important, but I was so happy when it first came out, and I was like, yes, I'm so ready for this, until they got about 10 seconds of screen time. The OST was barely even there. If you blinked away, you would not know that it was Red Velvet's OST. It was so short, and only one episode too. After that, they did not show that song ever again, which is such a waste because I forgot, See the Stars, I think is what it is in English, but that song is so good. You guys should really listen to it if you haven't already. It's the Hotel de Luna OST. But mainly the reason why I ranked this so low is because the crappy ending. The ending just seemed like an ending, but it isn't anything different, I guess. I expected more. I was curious as to how they would build the ending, but it wasn't just, it didn't live up to my expectations, which is why it's ranked so low. But other than that, some parts are a little boring, and it gets a little repetitive. Like, she goes out to eat every other day. So that's kind of that. But I think if you're like a new K-drama watcher and you have a fresh start, I think this could be a great place to start because it is quite unique too, and it isn't that random K-drama high school girl meets guy and they fall in love and they live happily ever after kind of K-drama that we've all seen before. The next one, oh yeah, this one. I don't think a lot of people know about this, but it's called Potato Star. If you love Soyeji like me, which I will be talking about more, I love Soyeji, guys. Oh my god, if you don't know her, she's the main character. 뭔가요? No. 고문영. Sorry, I always confuse it for no reason. 고문영 from It's Okay Not to Be Okay. That was her, and she was in it, so I decided to watch it. This was after I watched It's Okay Not to Be Okay, and I was just in love with her, so I decided to watch everything that she was in. However, this was honestly one of the only things that I liked from her. Oh, no. Her acting was amazing in everything except the shows. I'll talk about it later, because I also mentioned shows that I did watch, but I didn't end up watching the entire thing, so I can't really tell you guys a full review, so I didn't really rank it. However, Potato Star would be a 9.5 out of 10. I actually didn't watch the whole thing of this too because there's 120 plus episodes, and they're each quite long, I would say, a little less than an hour, and I didn't watch the entire thing, so I only watched highlight clips where they're also like funny captions. It's in Korean though. I think it could be a little hard to comprehend if you aren't Korean, because a lot of the jokes in there are in Korean, and you know, English subtitles aren't that perfect, I guess, because you know, some puns just don't work when you're translating it. However, it is just the definition of funny. It's so funny. It's so funny and so random. It's like a comedy show, like a sitcom, I guess. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I've never really watched these. I only watched it for Soyeji, and it was actually her debut drama, and she was so good. Her acting is so on point. Like, how does someone who majored in journalism in Spain act that well? I don't know. But that's, yeah. And if you guys watched it, you'll know. I feel so bad for Julian. He's like the guy who followed Soyeji to Korea, or not Soyeji, who follows Suyong to Korea, and then he gets rejected. But he does end up with the Japanese girl. I forgot her name, which is good. So that is that. And the next one, oh my god, are we already on the... We're almost at the end, and it's only been 20 minutes. Oh boy. Why do I always underestimate how much I'm going to say? Or overestimate, or under. I don't know. My brain's turned off right now. I'm only talking about K-drama, so I don't really need to think. But yeah, I should really add more. But however, how many times have I said however? Should I record again? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. So this next one is Tempted, or The Great Seducer. So for a while, this was my favorite show, and I think it still is one of my favorite K-dramas. So this one I would rank a 9.5 out of 10. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it deserves like a 9.5 to a 10, that sort of area. And every cast is really, really strong, first of all. The acting is all on point, and I just really like the cast overall, except for Joy's friend. What's her name? I always forget names because it's not that significant. Sorry, that was just my alarm clock. But I always forget names, but if you saw the show, you know it's Joy's best friend. She only has one friend, so her acting was not that great. Joy's acting, however, is really great for someone who's an idol and not an actress. Really, like, incomparable. However, the plot is quite complex. It's based on this French drama, like Liaisons, something like that. Wait, what was Tempted based on? The Great Seducer. K-drama based on... It's based on... the 1782 French novel Les Liaisons Dangereuses. My French is just bad right now because I haven't done French in a while. By Pierre Choderlos de Laclos. Yes, him. So that's why the plot is quite complex. You really need to watch it a few times and really grasp the plot, because there's so many things going on and so many weird plots, I guess. Like, that guy's dating her, but then she likes him, but he is dating him. What, or something like that, you know? Like, it's just very complex. And the romance in the story, I personally find that it wasn't too cringy. It could be in some parts, but it's not that cringy, and I personally really liked it. And I came across this Instagram post where they were just showing like the three friends, right? The main character, the friend of the main character, and then Suji. Yeah, and all the comments were like, oh my god, Joy's character ruined everything. Like, not her acting, but like, because she ruined their friendship, like the three people's relationship. And I was just like, what? No? Suji planned everything so that Joy's character would fall into the trap of being seduced by Udohan's character. Why am I forgetting everyone's names? Anyway, but you get what I mean, right? Suji was the one who planned everything, and she should have suspected that, right? I don't know. It wasn't Joy's character's fault that they all kind of broke apart. If anything, it's Ki-young's fault, the guy that fell in love with Suji. Yeah, it's not Joy's character's fault. She's like very innocent, and she did not cause anything. If anything, she was just like It's like two cars planning to crash into each other, and she was a chipmunk in the middle of it. That's so random. What am I even saying? I have no clue. The more you watch it, the more genius it gets. The plot, it's just like really, really genius. Yeah, the more you watch it. At first, you could be a little confused of what's happening because there's just a lot happening and maybe you'll be confused. But it does have a lot of violence, blood, and mature content. So if you're not a fan of that, maybe don't watch it. And the ending though, oh my god, the ending makes me want to die every time. The ending's so bad. It's just, who wrote that ending? Like, who thought that would be a good idea? And I just don't like the ending. However, I do really like the K-drama itself. It used to be my favorite K-drama of all time until I watched my favorite show, which is It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Woohoo! I can't add special effects here because I'm not going to edit it, but it's a 10 out of 10. Oh my god. However, am I really going to say however again? But the worst thing about watching this K-drama is that, well, two things. Firstly, it ends. Secondly, you'll never be able to enjoy a K-drama the same again after watching this because it just sets such high standards and now you're like, great, everything is boring now. And the things that I've mentioned before, like Startup, True Beauty, and those ones, like all of them, I watched after It's Okay Not to Be Okay. So I had a lot less enjoyment watching it because I had higher standards. Maybe if I watched it before It's Okay Not to Be Okay, it would have been a bit more enjoyable and it would have a higher ranking. But I watched it after and now everything seems bleak and boring. And it was really hard getting over watching it. So I watched it one more time and I'm considering watching it the third time, but I don't really have time for that. And I don't want to leave in the middle of it. But can I just say, I love Ko Min-young's character. One of my Patreon members was like, when I first started it, she was like, oh, I need to finish the show. But the main character girl, Ko Min-young, she pisses me off. And I was like, really? I guess she does kind of seem like a bad person. And I watched the show, and I was like, and she first popped up, and I was like, I love this character. What do you mean she pisses you off? I love it. Even if she gets a little violent, who cares? She's pretty. No, I'm just kidding. Being pretty isn't the only attribute, obviously. But, oh my god, her voice is so good. I know everyone falls for her voice, but it's so good. Oh my god, I'm like the biggest fangirl of her. She's definitely my favorite K-drama actress. But, oh my god, she's just perfect. I don't know how else to describe it. And her fashion in the show is amazing. Every episode there is new outfits. There's multiple new outfits. And every one of them hits so differently. And if I were to wear them, it would look crap on me. It would look like I'm trying to go to a rodeo or whatnot. Like there's this one where she's wearing this like brown corset with this beige sort of dress. I'm not sure if you guys know. I think you would know what it is if you watched the show just because it's so iconic. Yeah, it's like this brown corset belt along with this beige A-line dress. But that one, that one would look so crappy on other people, but she pulls it off. Like, how? Sorry? How? And it's just so good. And one of my favorite scenes is when she signs Sang-tae's book, right? She gives him a signature and she, like, writes it in Aegyo. And then, and later on, Kang-tae reads that, and then it's in her Aegyo voice. And that's just such an iconic, underrated scene, I feel like. You wouldn't really understand if you weren't Korean. Maybe you would if you've watched enough K-dramas. But it's so funny for me. I don't know why, but I literally laughed out loud for that. Oh wow, I'm such a cool person. I say LOL. Yeah, her character development is so nice to watch too. It's a nice addition. Like, you know, characters like staying still the entire movie, the entire show. It gets a little boring, but no. For her, she changed. She got over her social, not anxiety, but she was definitely not a social person. The only person she talked to was probably the writer manager. That was who I was talking about in the Startup one, the dad in Startup. Yeah. He's a character. He's always angry though and only wants money. what am I trying to say? Okay. And 강태 문고영 뭔가 고문영. I keep saying 문가영. Why? 문고영? 문가영? 고문영. 고문영. Okay. Yeah, anyways, 문강태 and 고문영, I ship them so much, guys. Obviously not in real life. There are people who ship Kim Soo-yeon and Seo-ye-ji in real life. And like you know how I feel about shipping, right? It's just gross. You should never ship someone unless they are 1, dating, 2, married, 3, in a relationship. Like, you should never ship anyone because it's disrespectful. They aren't anime characters. You don't ship random people. You can ship characters all you want. Yeah, go for it. They don't exist. But if they're existing people in real life and they aren't characters, you should not be shipping them. And people are like, oh, I'm just casual shipping. It's totally fine. They'll never see my comments. Firstly, you're on the internet. You don't know who will read your comments. And yeah, it's just because they don't see it doesn't mean you should do it, right? I mean, oh my god, it's okay. The shop owner won't see me. I'm gonna seal this sock. Wow. Featuring the sock. No, that's not how it works. Just because they don't see it doesn't mean you should do it. So that's my little rant on shipping. And even though I love the characters and I ship the characters, I don't ship them in real life. That's gross. That's gross. Yeah. For all we know, they could already be married and have children and not tell us. That's up to them. That's like totally their choice. And it's just really disrespectful. And just imagine yourself being shipped with a coworker, basically, right? Because it's their job to act and they are working with someone in their job. And you're shipping them, even though you were basically just paid to kiss them, right? It doesn't work like that. Okay, next. I bet a lot of people left the podcast because they didn't like my rant about shipping and they love shipping. But that's not how I feel about it. And hopefully this changed your mind. It probably didn't. People will continue to ship. It's not really something that I can control. But I just wanted to share my opinion on that because I just feel like K-pop fans and K-drama fans sometimes think that K-pop idols and K-drama actors are not human and they're like this far away, perfect person. Not even persons. Sometimes they don't even treat idols and actors like people, which is so sad. But yeah, that's that. And I also love that scene where it's like the drawing that Sangtae drew of Kangtae smiling. That was just so cute. Like the drawing, it's just so cute. And we all know this iconic scene. Even if you haven't watched it, I think you still know what I'm talking about. It's a sorry, that part. Oh, I love that part. Yeah, it's just so different from other K-dramas, right? There would probably be like other K-dramas would be like, oh my god, I like you. Will you date me? But no, that one's like, this one is like yelling, screaming that she loves him, and I just love it so much. But I was surprised at first. I knew that the scene was happening. Like, I just thought it would be a lot later on in the show. But no, it was the first episode where she said that. And I was like, you're in love with him already? It's okay though. Nothing wrong with rushing a relationship. Not rushing, just speeding it up. But I really like that part. And especially when Kangtae says it to Ko Moon-young later on in the episodes. It's quite like later on. It's just, it's like, yeah, I like it. And later on, like, while she's doing that, even though, like, Ko Moon-young's, like, a little upset with Kangtae because she figured out the plot twist, right? I don't want to spoil that, because that one is something for you to enjoy, and I really want you to watch the show if you haven't already. Even if you don't have Netflix, you can try dramacool.so. And in that scene, Ko Moon-young's just, like, smiling, like, I don't have to say it now. And I really like that. But one thing I hate about Kangtae, I don't actually like his character that much. Kangtae, he's always so wishy-washy about the relationship. Like, one episode, he'll be fine and happy with her. The other episode, he'll, like, ignore her. And even Ko Moon-young's like, what now? What is it now? And that's what I feel. Like, what? Why are you so pissed off half of the time? Do you have, like, anger control issues? Says me screaming. I'm just really passionate about this show. And, yeah, low-key anger issues he's got. Low-key. Even though he's like all reserved and polite, sometimes he's got to check out his anger issues. Anyways, the acting of Sang-tae, the actor of Sang-tae, he's so good at acting. What? His acting skills are so good. It's just so believable, which is what an actor is supposed to do. And his character is so different from his real life character, obviously, because his real life character does not have autism. However, in the show he does, as his character follows. But I love how he actually like really learned about autism, I don't know, autism, right? And he just seems really like respectful about it too. And I just love how he's so good at acting. Like other K-drama actors and actresses should follow that. The next one is, when I first watched it, actually, before I watched it, this was like last month when I watched it, I watched the first episode, not even the first episode, like the first 3 minutes, where it's like this animation of them, like of the Ko Mun-young talking about how there was this girl and the guy always used to follow her around as a child, and that gave me like horror vibes, almost Hotel de Luna vibes. That's what I get, because both the female leads, they're both really out there and different from other K-drama characters, and they're also really like rich looking. Their fashion is good. They both kind of live in this castle, I guess, even though Chang Man-hwa lives in a hotel, not a castle, but they both have similar vibes, I guess. But the plot of the two stories are way different, like how It's Okay Not to Be Okay is a little bit more realistic, right? Because literally Hotel de Luna is about ghosts, right? But at first I thought It's Okay Not to Be Okay, I thought that Ko Mun-young would be like some fictional character. I mean, she is a fictional character. I thought she wouldn't be like a human being. I thought she would be like a witch or something. Because she keeps saying like how she kind of represents as a witch. I think in the first episode she was like a metaphor for a witch. And I kind of thought that was literal. But no, it was just figurative. And Juri's mom is so nice. Juri is the nurse that has a crush on Kang-tae. But the mom is so nice. Like, the way that she literally feeds them is just really nice. I don't think people like that exist. They would obviously try to get something out of the other person, whether it's they pay for something. But no, she's actually really kind-hearted, which is not very realistic. However, it is something nice to see. And oh yeah, I hated how they added so many Ko Mun-young fake moms. I was so confused at first. I was like, who is a real mom? Like, who? Is it the fan of the author? Is it the shawl lady that has trauma over her child? Who is it? I was so confused. But if you saw the show, you would know who it is. Don't spoil it. And oh yeah, it does have a bit of violence, blood, and a few mentions of mature content. So if you aren't a fan of that, don't watch it. I feel like a lot of these aren't that family appropriate, but Hi Bye Mama is one of the ones that are appropriate. And I love this show because it is one of the few movies or shows that I listed here. Actually, I haven't listed any movies, they're all shows. They're only one of the few that actually has a good ending. Like, can we just appreciate that, how it actually has a good ending? It just makes me feel satisfied, and although it does make me sad every time the show ends, it's a good ending. I like how they wrap it up. They all have character development. They're all happy, but it's not cringy, and Sang-tae finally gets his wish. Both wishes, actually. I'm not gonna say it because that's spoiling. What was I saying here? Oh, right. The throw-up scene in episode 1, it was about this, like, patient in the hospital where Kang-tae was, like, he's a nurse, right? So he was taking care of the patient, and then the patient just throws up and they show waterfalls representing the throw up. You should really just see it. It's like a great cinematic scene. So that's just really funny too, how they represent throwing up as like, I don't remember what the specific things were, but it was just really funny. You should watch that. And Cutie from Miss9, I can't believe she was in the show. That's so iconic for her. Her character is so sassy and I love it. And the show is just so good, guys. If you have not watched it, you are seriously missing out. Like, seriously. Like, what are you even doing with your life? You should watch it and enjoy every single moment of it, because you'll never see a K-drama that great. If you've seen a K-drama better than It's Okay Not to Be Okay, please tell me. Please tell me in the comments. I will respectfully reply under your comment. However, I will definitely not agree with you. And if you're saying like True Beauty is better than It's Okay Not to Be Okay, then we just have very, very different tastes. But I think some people could be saying that just because True Beauty is so popular. And I liked it too. Like, I liked it. However, it's just not at that level. It's just not even at that level. If True Beauty is like a kindergartner, It's Okay Not to Be Okay has gotten 5,000 degrees and graduated already. At the same age of kindergarten. Does that even make sense? I'm just saying how great the show is, and not to put True Beauty down, but it's just so good. And now I'm going to be talking about the shows that I couldn't really finish because I was bored or didn't want to finish it, or maybe there's just too many episodes that I did not want to watch. So, actually, before I get started, there's this one show that I'm currently watching, which is called Mr. Queen, and it's a historical one, but it's very different. Like, it's not historical at all, almost, because I don't want to spoil it, but I mean, it's in the first episode. So this guy is in the present, and then when he almost like drowns, I guess, he gets pulled back into the past, and he has to live as a girl, and he used to be a guy, obviously. And this girl marries the king, and blah blah blah, and it's just really funny. However, I haven't finished it yet. I don't even know if I should continue or not, just because it's not that amazing for me. Like I said, It's Okay Not to Be Okay has really just, my standards are now here when they used to be like here. So they're not even in the screen, right? You don't even know how long my arm is. I mean, you can probably tell. And the next one that I didn't watch, actually the first one that I didn't really finish watching is Hwarang, because I don't really like that historical ancient type of movies. Even though Mr. Queen is one of them, it's just very different. And I watched that because Soyeji was in it, and also I think Suga is in it. No, V, yeah. Some BTS member was in that, and I think that's why it's popular. But yeah, that one. And then the next show that I didn't end up watching or finishing is Lawless Lawyer. Lawless Lawyer. What was that British accent? Anyways, I also watched that for Soyeji, but it wasn't boring, and I just didn't really like the ship. Yeah, Soyeji and the Lee Joon-gi guy. I personally don't know why you guys simp over Lee Joon-gi, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, next. Oh yeah, Save Me. I kind of want to reconsider that, because I never ended up finishing the drama Save Me. And Soyeji's in it, Woo Do-han's in it from Tempted, the main character guy. A lot of, Taekyun? Yeah, Taekyun from 2PM, he's also in it. A lot of people are in that show, and apparently it's really, really good. However, I didn't really like the theme of the show, I guess, because it's about Soyeji's character, the main character. She moves to a new place, right, with her family, and this new place has this cult, and the cult vibe I just didn't really like. I don't know who likes cult vibes, but apparently it is an overall good show, so maybe I'll try it again. I just don't like perverts and cults. Yeah. Not much more to say about that. So I didn't end up finishing that, but I did watch quite a few episodes of it. The next one that I didn't end up finishing is Todo Sol Sol La Sol, because the plot and the characters were boring. It was just boring. There was no development happening. The storyline was really going nowhere, and I just didn't enjoy it that much. I think it could have been a lot better if they made the plot more interesting and the characters more interesting, but it was just lacking that. And just a little bit cringy, I guess, almost. Just very predictable, too. So that's why I didn't end up watching that. The next one is Uncanny Encounter, which may surprise some of you because a lot of people love that show, too. I'm not a big fan of action movies, action shows, and for me, the storyline was getting a little boring. I only watched it until like episode 2 or 3, and maybe I'll try it again, but it wasn't really my style that I usually enjoy to watch in K-dramas. And, oh yeah, there's so many things you guys need to comment, but if you guys have any suggestions after watching It's Okay Not to Be Okay, please give me some. Like, anything, because I am deprived of K-dramas here. After watching It's Okay Not to Be Okay, I have not found one K-drama that I actually end up liking and like continued watching for the entire thing, except for like True Beauty, because I wanted to watch the ship. So if you guys could help me out on that, it would be great. Oh, and one thing that I didn't actually leave a review for is Love Alarm, because the new season is coming up and I kind of wanted to combine that together. And oh, why didn't I write this down? I also watched Angel's Last Mission. I don't know how to feel about that. I actually watched that before Mr. Queen, and the main characters are the same actress. But she's really good at acting, first of all, I have to say. But Angel's Last Mission isn't really my style, I guess. I don't know. Something about it isn't really my style. And the main character that the actress plays is just really mean. Like, not even like a, oh my god, she's so cool type of mean. Like, just straight up mean. I'm sure she gets character development. I'm sure she will. If not, that's a little bit of an issue and a concern. But I really like that. No, what am I saying? That's just, what? So I didn't really love the show, is what I'm trying to say. But I did like it. But, I don't know. I just didn't feel like watching it. Like I said, nothing has been enjoyable since the K-drama. And I have a list of a lot of other K-dramas to watch. I'll quickly just run through all of them so you guys don't have to comment the same thing, but let's just see. Sweet Home, My ID is Gangnam, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, Run On, Extraordinary You, Sky Castle, Live On, Lie After Lie, 18 Again, Legend of the Blue Sea, Mr. Queen, Melting Me Softly, Sweet Home is there again for some reason, Kill It, Flower of Evil, Sketch, Abyss, Color Rush, Itaewon Class, Moon Lovers, Pinocchio, Touch Your Heart, Love Revolution, Weightlifting Fairy, Run On, did I already say that? More Than Friends, Go Ahead, When the Camellia Flower Blooms, Tale of Ninetail, Cheat on Me If You Can, and A Love So Beautiful. So those are all of the things that you guys suggested on my Instagram story. I asked you guys a little question. And some of you guys were saying, oh, could you actually recommend a few of them? And so that is what I did. And I have more for you guys because it hasn't been an hour yet and I want to make it an hour. So this one is going to be a review of all of my favorite web dramas. I'm not going to include least favorite web dramas because there would be a lot of least favorite web dramas. Now, I don't know why, but web dramas tend to be a little bit more cringier than actual dramas. And they tend to not really come out of the box of high school love story, right? And we're all sick of that. But in this playlist that I have, I don't actually have it on public, but I made a playlist of all of my favorite K-dramas or web dramas. I just made a playlist and I'm just going to quickly run through all of them and show you guys what I have on here, what I think about it. So the first one, actually, to be honest, I don't remember quite a few of them because it has been a while since I've watched all of these, but I'll try my best to recommend a few. So this one is called Miss Independent Jiun, and actually the main character is Judy from It's Okay Not to Be Okay. I actually watched this before It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Actually, I used to be on this web drama binge watching phase a while ago, and that's kind of when I watched it. And there's just like 1 hour long episodes 1 to 8, and this one's just about, like, you can kind of tell from the title, this girl, and she goes to work and she just faces a lot of struggles throughout the story, and it's just a story about her overcoming it, being independent, as the title says. The next one, I don't know why it is unavailable in my country. It is called Biggest Fan. It's about this girl and her two friends, and the two friends try to get her into liking K-pop. I don't know why that was so interesting to me, but I kind of like the plot of that, and it's just called Biggest Fan web drama. And if you search that up, I don't know if it's available in your country, but for me it is not. I don't know why. The next one is 18. I'm sure you guys have all heard of it. I think it's one of the most popular Korean web dramas out there. But 18, it's not that strong of a plot, I have to admit. It's that typical love story where it's about a bunch of friends who all fall in love and blah blah blah. And it's not that strong of a plot. It's not that unique. However, I do like it because I guess it's because of the actors and the actresses. Somewhat, I just like it. Oh my god, I just realized this. So this one is called Y, like Y W.H.Y. And this one I watched before Hwang In-yeop. I just realized that was Hwang In-yeop, like from True Beauty. Oh yeah, that's him. That's so weird. Like I knew him before True Beauty. I knew him before all of the blow up, I guess. And that one's about these three guys who go on a vacation and they meet these girls. And for some reason that was interesting for me. So if you guys like Hwang In-yeop and you also like and you want to watch some web dramas on YouTube, the best thing about web dramas I feel like is you can just easily watch it on YouTube and it's a little bit more accessible. So yeah, that is that. The next one, oh, did I even talk about 18? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I just really like the cast overall. And the next one similar to that, 18, is Tamanno. I think it's called like you. What is this called? I have no clue. Oh, 다시 만났나? Well, I mean, it's on Playlist Originals. Like, Playlist is this channel where they make web dramas. And it's just kind of like a sequel to 18, but not really. And it's about this girl who meets her old friend that used to go to her school, and she has this big secret, which I won't spoil for you. And basically that gets revealed, blah blah blah. And I think I like the plot, and I also like the characters too. The next one is Not a Robot. This one is about a girl, and she basically lives alone, and she also has this robot, but then she ends up falling for the robot. Oh no, I know, it's so cringy. At first I was like, what the heck is this? You expect me to watch this kind of cringe thing? But it's kind of funny. So I would watch it, and it's just that typical love story too, like high school love story. I think the only web dramas I really like is the ones about food and the ones about first love and something like that. Oh, and I don't know why this one's blocked in my country too, but it's called, they're all on Kok TV. I don't know what that is in English, like Kok, K-O-K TV. And this one is called Have a Nice Dessert. It's about this girl who really likes eating dessert and food, and she takes pictures of it, she falls in love. That kind of thing. Oh, and this one is, what is this? This one is one of my favorites, and it's called, actually it doesn't actually have a name, but the channel is called Cheese Film, but cheese with a Z, not an S. Just replace the S with the Z. And it's called Cheese Film, and they have the series called Multiple Personality Girl. I love that entire series. So it's about this girl who has multiple personalities and her difficulties of facing that. And I think the film itself is very well developed, and it's pretty underrated. Actually, no, it's not. It has 4 million views. That's not, but I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, so that's why I probably think it's underrated. And the next one, so definitely recommend that. Just go into Cheese Film, search it up, and then go into their playlists. The next one is called Real Life Love Story. This one has a lot of seasons, or a lot of episodes. So Real Life Love Story is about, they take real life love stories from people or viewers, and then they use actresses and actors to kind of like remake that for entertainment, and it's just like some of them are really sad, some of them are really funny, and you just kind of get a sense of what people go through. And since it is an actual story that exists, it's a little bit more relatable, I guess. And oh yeah, the next one. Oh, this one was such an unfortunate one. This one is called To My Name. So it's a story about this girl and these guys, and her friend is like a roommate of them or something like that. And in this story, there are like names on your wrists. So whoever your soulmate is, then their name is written on there. So does that make sense? Not your name, but your soulmate's name is written on there from when you're turned this age or something. And this girl apparently, like her soulmate is one of her friend's roommates. Or is it her roommate? I forgot. Someone's roommate. And he doesn't know that, but she knows that, obviously. But he thinks she's a guy. So that's that. That's the little basic plot of it. That's also on Playlist. Playlist has a lot of good web dramas. They have really high quality web dramas. I think they're one of the most popular. Did I already say that? Yeah. Oh, and this one, I forgot what was this called. Oh, like Love As You Wish, Love As You Want, something like that. It's on, oh no, why is everything in Korean? I have to translate everything. I think it's Love As You Want or Love As You Wish, but it's also about food. And if you guys have seen True Beauty, of course you have. If you're watching this, you probably have. And you know Sua? Yeah, she's in it, and she looks really pretty in it. Like, just look at that. Let me just... Like, is that not pretty? Yeah, she's really pretty. So, she's in it, and they basically have, you know, love stories, but they also really like food. Oh yeah, and then they're like roommates, and they always go over to make good food, and they're like little recipes that they share. Not really recipes, but they always show, like, in every episode, it's them eating. So, that. Oh, and this one's actually one of my favorites too. This is one of my 3 favorite web dramas, and this one is called Just One Bite. It's also on Playlist, and it's about these 3 friends, and they love to eat. There's not too much romance, I guess. It's more like friendship, which I really appreciate, because it's a little bit something different. And basically, yeah, they just like eating, is what I remember. Oh, and every scene where they're eating, there's always this guy, old man, not real old, like 30-40-year-old guy, and he's always like in the background, and that he's just like a scene stealer, and for some reason that's just so funny to always kind of find him while they're eating. Like, when they're at a restaurant, he'll always be near the like cashier eating too, or maybe like watching them, or like listening to them, or like laughing or reacting, and it's just so funny. So I would watch it for that. It's just called Just One Bite. The next favorite that I have, you guys are gonna attack me for this, but it's called First Love Story, otherwise known as Umanna. It's the one Luna was in. I know every orbit hates this show and thinks it as like some trauma we don't talk about, but I like this show. It has three seasons, and it has the Luna members in it. So if you're not in orbit, I definitely recommend you watch it. Actually, this is, I think, one of the things that pushed me to become an orbit. So thanks to this K-drama, I think BBC did an amazing job of promoting the girls. Like this, making a web drama out of the Luna members, the first few Luna members. They didn't actually have Y. And I really need a season 4 with the Y members. I don't know why I'm struggling to say that. It's easier to say in Korean, like Y. Actually, maybe not. But I really like the show, even though it gets a little cringy and it's a little predictable. Like, oh my god, just look at Hyunjin. How is she so pretty? Oh, it's a guy. But oh my god, yeah. That's that. I don't know why, but for me, I feel like K-drama actresses are prettier than K-drama actors, my opinion. But I think K-drama actors are prettier than K-pop idols, male idols. That's just my opinion. Hopefully no one made it this far to listen to that. Oh my god. I bet someone did, right? Anyways, that's my... I mean, if no one did, why would I be filming? Why? Whoa, it just got dark really fast. I'm so sorry. I'm filming with natural lighting and it always sucks because it's like 5 p.m. 5:30 p.m. Wow. It's 5:30 p.m. so yeah. The next one is called One Fine Week. Actually, why do I really recommend this? I don't know. It's also on Cook TV, but I don't like this. It's the... Yeah, I don't recommend this. Why did I add it? If you want cringy webtoons or web dramas, go watch that, I guess. What else do I have? Oh, right. It's this web drama called Reveal. They work at a cafe, more love stories. Is there a web drama without love stories? Please tell me, because I don't know. And the next one is, the last one is The Best Ending. I don't remember what that was really about, but it's a really good one, so I recommend that too. So those are all of my K-drama, web drama recommendations. So hope you enjoyed that. If you guys have any other suggestions you want me to watch, K-drama suggestions that you want me to watch, then I'm happy to watch them and react. Not really react, but you know, show you guys what I think of it. A lot of people have been requesting this episode and I came through, I pulled through. So make sure to subscribe and I will see you guys next time in the next podcast. Thank you for waiting and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.